I'm going to recreate the Five Nights at Freddy's games inside Brookhaven. To do that, I'll build structures. I'll add various creepy animatronics and transform Brookhaven into a huge haunted pizzeria. And guys, as you may already know, in December, the FNAF Help Wanted 2 will be released, which is basically the new VR game for Five Nights at Freddy's. And to celebrate this release, I'm going to create a gigantic Five Nights at Freddy's inside Brookhaven. To start building our own FNAF game, I'll begin by editing our Brookhaven lobby. I'll go to the search tab and search for FNAF. And look, with these items that appear here, we can definitely do a lot. Okay, to start modifying the lobby, I'll begin by deleting several of these items here because they really won't be useful for our Brookhaven. Now that our lobby is free of items, I'll place this floor here that is just like the one in the Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria. I'll place it a bit inside the floor like this. And now, I'll increase the size of this floor to cover this entire area. And there we go. This floor looks much better. In place of the old plant pots, I'm going to place several of these 𝐂𝐥𝐤𝐜𝐤s scattered around our lobby. This way, not only do we have a decoration that fits better with Five Nights at Freddy's, this place becomes much scarier. And guys, now that I've placed all these cupcakes here in the lobby, I'm going to add a golden statue of our Freddy here. Obviously, I'll place him facing forward, and I'll increase his size just a bit. I never thought I'd see this, but this is literally Golden Freddy. Top 10 jokes. Now, I'll add some more items here, like, for example, these tables to replace those park benches that were here. I'll scatter some of them like this, and create an outdoor restaurant type of setting. I'll also add some birthday party decorations here, with these little flags. These flags will fit exactly here on these trees. And of course, for a birthday party, we need some balloons. So I'll spread some of these balloons all over our lobby, and this way, we'll make everything even more colorful. And of course, speaking of balloons, we can't forget to include our dear balloon boy here. Just not too big so he's not too scary. Well, I reduced his size a bit like this. And there we go. Now he's a little less threatening. Okay, the next location to be modified will be the Brookhaven arcade. As you can see inside, it has nothing to do with FNAF. We can improve this place a lot. Because of that, I deleted all the arcade machines inside. Let's add some lighting to this place. And now we can place arcade machines with the characters from Five Nights at Freddy's. Like this one, which is Foxy's. We also have Freddy's and even Bonnie's. Let's just arrange Freddy's nicely here. In addition to these three arcade machines, I'll also place a claw machine here on the side. Obviously, it's a bit tilted, so we need to correct that. Okay, machine fixed. Now let's add a few more machines on the other side. The animatronic that will be in this location is the puppet, because for those familiar with the story, the puppet is the one who guides the lost children, so it makes sense for it to be here in the arcade. And, of course, we can't forget to add that classic FNAF floor. I'll even put some posters on these walls, and also some additional decorations just so this place doesn't look empty. There we go! Now the arcade looks much better. And here, the next location we're going to edit is basically the Brookhaven market, since it's completely bland. And, of course, one of the first things I'll do is put up this sign to make it look like a Five Nights at Freddy's store. I'll also tweak the colors of this building a bit to make it even more reminiscent of something from Five Nights at Freddy's. And truly, with these colors, this place looks much more appealing. But now it's time to edit the interior of this building. So, I'll delete all the shelves inside the Brookhaven market. Of course, I'll add that classic Five Nights at Freddy's floor. Well, inside this shop, I'll basically place some separate animatronic parts like this, as if it were really a store that sells animatronics. So, I'll need all kinds of things that would be in the parts and service. Like, for example, even these animatronic heads. But of course, I can't leave our items for sale on the floor of the store. That's why I'll put some shelves here for us to sell our products. I'll place these heads on top. I'll also put this type of shelf that looks a lot like the old Brookhaven market, right? And I'll leave it exactly like this. And now I'll duplicate these shelves and put another set here. Another type of item that will be for sale here will be these tables, which are very common in various Five Nights at Freddy's restaurants. The animatronics themselves will also be for sale, but this time in a complete version of them. And, of course, there will even be some toys for sale. Like, for example, these Five Nights at Freddy's plushies. But of course, they have to be a bit smaller to fit on our shelf. Now we duplicate them like this to have several plushies. And there we go. This shelf certainly grabs a lot of attention. Now we can also add some items that are very common in Five Nights at Freddy's, such as this very old phone that is in every restaurant. I'll also put 𝐂𝐥𝐤𝐜𝐤 here, and even this old computer monitor that is in almost every Five Nights game. And after a long time, there we go. That's how the Five Nights at Freddy's market turned out. And, guys, of course, we have to include William Afton in our Brookhaven. I Ironically, the best place to put William Afton is here in the police station. I'll put our buddy here in the police station as if he were a police chief, since he's like a security guard, right? Before starting to edit anything inside, first, I'll paint this place to make it more similar to our buddy William Afton. And man, despite this being a pretty weird idea, I think the police station will look really nice in purple. And as I said, this place really looks awesome. And as a sign for our police station, I'll use nothing more, nothing less than this lizard here that is totally purple. And honestly, it's completely bizarre. Let's give it a little spin here, and we'll place it exactly here on top, where the police sign should be. I'll increase the size of this creature a bit. And now, this here is truly bizarre. Even his tail is sticking out here. See? Okay, inside here, I'll put this statue of William Afton, which looks like a real person, but I think it's a statue. And back here, where the prisoners would be, I'll put the souls of the children here. And yes, as macabre as it may seem, William Afton would really do that. 5 children on this side, and another 5 children on the other side, to reference FNAF 1 and FNAF 2. Inside the police station, I'll put that bizarre lizard again because I found it really cool. And on the wanted poster, I'll put our buddy William Afton too. I just need to resize him a bit like this and fit him into these posters. And honestly, this turned out much better than I had anticipated. Okay, as you can see, the sky in Brookhaven is still that normal sky, so I have to modify that too. And since we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, the best option is definitely this night sky, which looks really scary. And besides that, we need to place the animatronics because I promised to put all of them, right? After adding various animatronics, finally, our Five Nights at Freddy's Brookhaven is ready to be tested. So let's see if everything is working as it should. And guys, before I show you how our map turned out, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like Five Nights at Freddy's. Please, it will help a lot. And as you can see, I'm already here inside FNAFHAVEN. And man, I added various different animatronics here, like almost all the animatronics from FNAF 1. Also, some loose animatronics like Montgomery, Withered Bonnie, and also various other animatronics scattered here in our Brookhaven. I also placed this gigantic sign to show exactly what this Brookhaven is all about, right? But, well, the first place I want to show you is basically the Brookhaven Market, which we made exclusively to sell animatronic parts. Well, in this market, you can see that I really put various different things. For example, here we have a Funtime Foxy, which is basically serving as a cashier. In addition, I also added some other items, such as the plushies I showed you. There's also this mini carousel, a small balloon boy here, and I also added more animatronic parts in Freddy's head, and also some office equipment like monitors, cameras, and that kind of thing, you know? Well, this market really turned out very cool and would definitely be useful for opening a very haunted restaurant, if you know what I mean. Well, our next location is a place that got a little weirder, but it's basically the Purple Guy's police station, which you can see basically lost its head literally. This here was the head of that lizard that served as a sign, you know? But it simply got completely dismantled. Well, at least inside the police station, William Afton is doing great, but everything else isn't. Even his statue lost its arms. That little lizard here was completely dismantled too. And the only thing that stayed intact here was basically the ghosts of the children who are trapped here. And there's really no way to set them free because even clicking here, this door doesn't open. And one thing I wanted to know is why, of all the animatronics, the only one moving is Sundrop? It keeps swinging its arms like a gas station inflatable doll, you know? This is quite funny. Oh, correcting. Actually, there is one more animatronic that is moving, but it's the puppet. It's because it really wants to catch me. So, if I try to enter here to show you how the arcade is, it will just come and catch me. My goodness, she slapped me. Man, but to spare us from being killed by Puppet, I'll show you how the arcade turned out, which basically turned out incredible. Man, I placed several arcade machines here, various arcades, as you had seen, and basically I even put a box here that was supposed to be an animatronic part, but it can serve as a costume in this place, right? And in today's video, I'm going to create the FNAF security breach here at Brookhaven. In addition, I will show you the best skins of animatronics in this game and all the IDs of these skins. So if you like Five Nights at Freddy's, like this video and subscribe to the channel in less than 3 seconds.
3, 2, 1, let's go, superstar.
Guys, today I'm very excited because the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin DLC is finally out, and I'm very curious to see if the Glamrock Bonnie will finally appear in the game.
Andy, I need your help.
What? Why is there a giant animatronic in my house?
We don't have time for explanations. Some dangerous animatronics are coming to get you.
Wait a second. Why would animatronics come after me?
It's because you're the only superstar who could build the mega Pizza Plex in Brookhaven and lift the animatronic curse.
And what do I get for ending this curse you're talking about?
Besides not dying, I can give you animatronics skin IDs for each Pizza Plex part you build.
Yeah, I think those are compelling reasons. Let's get right to it. Freddy told me to build a Pizza Plex, but what if Roblox Studio already has a Pizza Plex ready? Then I wouldn't need to build, would I? Shoot! Unfortunately, it looks like there's nothing Pizza Plex here on Roblox, so I'm really going to have to build everything. But instead of making a giant building in Brookhaven, I'm going to make Brookhaven turn into a Pizza Plex, starting with the lobby. I'm going to destroy that ugly Brookhaven fountain and put a giant statue of Glamrock Freddy here in the middle. I'm sure Freddy will love this tribute we're doing for him. Here behind Freddy's statue, I'm going to put this thing that people can redeem the pass to enjoy the pizzeria's toys and attractions. I'm also going to modify the floor color to match Freddy more. Let's paint these squares orange and these blue squares. I don't know why, but these colors look really ugly together. I think we'd better paint the floor black and white. It'll look much better. I'm also going to change the floor material, because for now the floor material looks like a lot of bricks, and I want a smoother texture, like it's a mall floor. After some time our lobby looked like this. It took work, but it was worth it. With the lobby completed, we received skins for 2 different animatronics. The first animatronic is Glamrock Freddy. And to make this skin, I'm going to use this custom body. Let's start by putting the ID of Freddy's head, which by the way, is a really cool UGC. Now we put on the top part of Freddy's clothes. And now we put on the Glamrock Freddy pants. And guys, look how perfect this skin is. We became Glamrock Freddy here at Brookhaven. The next animatronic is going to be Chica. And to make this skin, we're going to use a different body, which has these green gloves and chicken feet. And guys, look how amazing the 3D model of Chica's head is. It's identical to the one in the game. Now I'm going to put the top part of Chica's skin. And now we put on her pants. And to make this skin even better, I'm going to add some accessories, like these shoulder pads, and also a guitar, which for those who don't know, is the instrument that Chica plays in the band of FNAF Security Breach. Now we are going to renovate the mall in Brookhaven to look more like the mall in FNAF Security Breach. Let's start by placing some items that are very common during the gameplay of FNAF, such as those bags that contain collectibles. Let's make this pizzeria more interesting by placing displays that show prices and flavors of pizzas in this place. And since we are in the pizzeria, I'm going to put the animatronic Chica devouring all the food in this pizzeria, because in the security breach Chica is buggy and becomes obsessed with food. It's a good idea to put up one of these screens to save our progress. You never know when you're going to get scared inside one of Freddy's pizzerias, right? I'm going to put some more decorations here. These boards are really nice. They even have animations. So cool! I'm going to put Glamrock Freddy on stage here because he's going to be the main attraction in the food court. I'm also going to put Freddy's room here, which is the same as the Glamrock Freddy's room that we see in the FNAF Security Breach. Awesome! In addition to Freddy, I'll put DJ Music Man on to entertain visitors to the Mega Pizza Plex. Whose idea was it to create a spider-like animatronic who is also a DJ? There's no one better to be the night guard than Vanessa, right? I'm going to spread out some of these slippery floor tiles so people don't run around inside the pizzeria. And I'm also going to put in this gift shop a giant flashlight battery carrying device. I'm going to put Chica's cupcake inside that glass as if it were the museum items that are sampled in the FNAF Security Breach. In front of the pizzeria, there will be a map bot so that customers don't get lost in the Pizza Plex, and also a sign indicating that this is the restaurant. Our next animatronic is going to be Monty Gator, who is the craziest alligator I've ever met. Let's start with his head ID, which is a very well done UGC by the way. I'm going to put his t-shirt here, Monty's pants, and also some accessories, like this cool chain, a bass, which is the instrument that Monty plays in the band, and we can't forget about our stressed friend's tail. I think this skin turned out decent, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Now I'm going to show you the IDs of an animatronic that everyone likes. That is Roxanne. I'm not sure why people like her so much, but I have my suspicions. Let's put Roxanne's head with this ID. Now we put her hair, which by the way, is very beautiful. This is the ID for Roxanne's t-shirt. Now the ID of her pants. Let's not forget the keyboard Roxy plays on the security breach van. And we're also going to add that cute Roxanne tail. And that's it. That's how this skin turned out. It was very similar to the original game. Certainly one of the best skins so far, right? I think one thing that would look really cool in the Pizza Plex is an area with toys and games. And I think this location is perfect to be the center of fun for children and teenagers. I've put some generic amusement park rides in there. And on that side, I'm going to make an awesome arcade using that build. Inside this arcade, there are some machines, but they don't seem to be working. So I'm going to start by putting in some good arcades like this one from Super Mario. I'm going to put the SpongeBob arcade too. I'm going to delete these machines here in the middle to put other types of machines and better games. Like for example this table hockey that is super fun and has in several parks. Let's also add that game that looks like bowling mixed with golf. It's generic, but I really like this machine. I'm going to put this gigantic plush catching machine, which usually no one can get any reward. As a prize for those who gather tickets, I'm going to put some FNAF plushes on this shelf, because even I think these plush are very cute and I'd like to collect them all. I'm going to put this other type of plush inside the claw machine to be the reward for whoever is incredibly lucky enough to catch something. And the animatronic that will stay here in the arcade will be Roxanne Wolf, who is the most competitive animatronic and who likes games among all the others in the Pizza Plex. The next skin I'm going to show you is Fanny. I know she's not an animatronic, but she's also in the Pizza Plex, so I'll show you. Let's start with Fanny's mask ID. Now we put on the top part of the garment Fanny's pants too. And now let's add some 3D accessories, like this haha effect to make Fanny even more macabre. A blue tie that is the same as Fanny's outfit in the security breach. I'm also going to put these extremely cute rabbit tails. And last but not least, a super sharp knife that Fanny probably uses to cut onions. This skin looks amazing. It's exactly like Fanny. Even though she's not an animatronic, she's super cool and dangerous. The other skin we've unlocked now is Moondrop. And yes, I know that the Moondrop is actually two animatronics, but since this one is at night, I will only show the night version. Let's start with Moondrop's head ID, which is super similar to the original FNAF animatronic. I now put the top part of the skin with this ID, and with this other ID, we put on the Moondrop pants. I know this skin is super simple to make, but it still looks really cool, doesn't it? Now it's time to make the Pizza Plex completely ghoulish. Let's start by placing some red spots of a mysterious liquid. I'm going to put one of these stains on the Glamrock Freddy statue to make it a little bizarre. I'm also going to put some stains on the wall to make it look like there was some sort of fight or chase going on here. Here at the arcade, I'm also going to put some dirt like that. For example, several handprints on the walls of the arcade, as if someone was trying to escape. I'm going to put this noob sleeping here in the middle of the courtyard. I always thought these noobs were lazy, but this is too much. Let's put some red paint underneath it here to make the environment more sinister. And now I'm going to even put a policeman passed out here in the corner as if something had attacked him. Coming to the pizzeria, we can put some tomato sauce on the floor under the chica, as if she had destroyed a can or a person in here. And on the outside, I'm going to put this child who unfortunately slipped and unfortunately has been unconscious for about 2 weeks. I'm even going to put this boy's ghost here watching his tragic fate. It's time to put references. I'm going to put the crying child here along with Freddy to represent Gregory. And yes, I know they are not the same person, but they are extremely similar, isn't it? The next animatronic and the newly discovered Glamrock Bonnie, who appeared in the FNAF Security Breach DLC. The first ID will be his head. And look, this 3D model is incredibly perfect. The second ID is the Glamrock Bonnie outfit top. Now let's put on our bunny's pants. And that's it. The Glamrock Bonnie skin looks amazing. It is a pity that the security breach, it is already completely broken. The next animatronic is special because he's just an idea of what a Glamrock version of Baby could look like. And we already started with the ID of the head, which is simply incredible. It looks like a mixture of Baby and Ballora. I'm going to put the top here now, which looks a lot like a waitress shirt. Now we put on the Glamrock Baby pants. Now I'm going to put some 3D items, starting with this scarf that looks a lot like those scarves that flight attendants wear. I'm also going to put a giant bow behind the baby to look like the Baby Classic. And to finish, let's put a little dress on her with this ID. That's it. The Glamrock baby skin looks like this. Even though it doesn't actually exist in the security breach, I think this skin turned out awesome. Now it's time to show Glamrock Freddy how the new Mega Pizza Plex turned out here at Brookhaven.
Hello, Superstar. Glamrock Freddy will analyze how was the Pizza Plex that Andy made contains the animatronics. Apparently, he admires me a lot. He even put a statue in my honor here at the entrance to the Pizza Plex. Too bad there's a suspicious stain on the statue, but we can ignore that. And the first thing I want to visit is the pizzeria to see what decorations were used. Wow, this place is amazing. It has a lot of interesting things for us to look at. Alright, apparently someone messed up the pizzeria floor a lot. Let's go by the side because I don't want to slip and suffer the same fate as that boy. Awesome, Andy has even recreated my room here, and it looks extremely similar to my original room. Oh, hello, Roxanne. I miss you, my love. You are there, right? I think you better forget what you just saw. Officer Vanessa, you are gigantic, even bigger than me as I am an animatronic. How bizarre. Look, I found another Glamrock. Freddy, I will approach here. Ouch! What was this? The other Freddy attacked me? Look, an arcade. Let's see what cool games we have here. A plush machine. Will I be lucky enough to get any of them? I want to get Bonnie's plush. Let's grab it. I trust in your power. Okay, the claw will get Bonnie. What? What happened? This device seems to be broken. Hello, Roxanne. You are much bigger than usual, but still as beautiful as ever. Let's leave the arcade now because I want to see what attractions are out there. I found a playground for children. Will I be able to play too? Apparently not. These toys were not made to support the weight of an animatronic. I don't think there's nobody better to take care of children than Moondrop. He's a specialist in putting children to sleep. They sleep so much that sometimes they don't wake up anymore. I found this toy hidden in the back of the Pizza Plex. Will it work? Wow, it really did. Now we just get into one of the seats and enjoy. It seems to be speeding up. Can someone turn that off, please? I'm getting nauseous. I don't know if an animatronic can vomit, but I feel like I'm about to vomit. Someone save me.
Hey Johnson, what do you think we can do today?
I think we can watch Naruto and eat a lot of snacks until we fall asleep.
I think this is a great idea. But wait a minute, have you seen this farm before?
I have never seen this farm.
The sign says that this farm belongs to Freddy. But who is Freddy?
I don't know who it is. But one thing I do know, this place is really weird.
Indeed, this farm appears to be abandoned. It has a police banner and boarded up windows.
I don't like this place. It looks like something very sinister has happened here.
Yes, that place doesn't look like it to me. Let's investigate some more.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to stay in this abandoned place. Imagine if the owner shows up.
If the place is abandoned, then there is no owner to show up here.
That makes sense, I guess.
Is there something in the barn? Jeez, a skeleton! And he seems to be alive.
My name is Freddy the Skeleton.
How bizarre. The skeleton has an animatronic name.
Good morning, Mr. Skeleton. Is there something wrong with you, sir?
You invaded my house. It takes a sacrifice to pay the price.
What kind of sacrifice?
I want you to do the 5 nights at Freddy's Brookhaven.
Bro, what a bad script. We are not going to do that.
Please?
Shoot, now that he asked so politely, it would be rude of us not to help him.
Okay, Mr. Freddy, I'll do the Freddy Haven for you.
Deal.
What? Where's Johnson?
The deal did, and I will return your friend if this video reaches the goal of 5,000 likes.
I will rescue you, Johnson. I think. And to start off, I'm going to the search tab and I'm going to look for 5 Nights at Freddy. I seem to have messed up a bit. Okay, now that I've researched correctly, you can see that several very interesting options have appeared. And one of those interesting things is precisely Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria, which is the pizzeria of the first FNAF. The only problem with this pizzeria is that it is gigantic, so we need to make room for her. So I'm going to destroy everything in Brookhaven's classic lobby so we can build our pizzeria. You think it's easy to destroy the lobby, right? But there are several pieces so small in this place that sometimes I have to destroy them piece by piece, and that takes a while. Now that we've destroyed all the structures in the lobby, I'm going to dry all that water too, so the pizzeria floor doesn't get slippery, right? Now all we have to do is fill the entire floor of the lobby with concrete so that we can place the pizzeria there. Oh boy, I think something went wrong. Even though I cleared space for our pizzeria, it looks like it's still too big for this location, so we'll have to make some sacrifices to get the pizzeria built. And one of those sacrifices is destroying all those doors and the street on that side of Brookhaven. Now now that all these stores have been destroyed, I can increase the floor size to finally place our pizzeria here. For some bizarre reason, I can't fit this structure together satisfactorily. It gets all weird and crooked. And okay, I finally managed to fit this pizzeria in here. I know it got a little crooked, but there's not much I can do about it. In addition to all that, I also sacrificed the street behind the pizzeria. Because of that, the kids won't be able to go to school, but at least there's a Freddy Fazbear restaurant in town. So whatever, I'm going to show you a little spoiler of the video. Basically, this pizzeria is not empty. It's completely decorated inside and has a lot of interesting things to show you. I like our pizzeria, but we can still make some really cool modifications. So I'm going to put some FNAF morphs right here. I know they're not the prettiest morphs in the world, but they're really cool. Also, I'm going to make the classic mountain with the character's face, and the chosen one this time is of course Freddy. And to do that, I took a statue of Freddy and I'm going to increase its size a lot. And now that the statue is already quite big, I'm going to put it on the ground and leave only the head outside. I'll increase the size just a little more. And that's it. Now we have a giant mountain with Freddy's face looking down on us. Another thing that we have to modify in Freddy's Brookhaven is the sky. Because in case you didn't know, the game Five Nights at Freddy's takes place at night. So it's very obvious why modify the sky. I found some very interesting options, but the one that I liked the most was this one. Because it seems to be a cold and dark night. Not much more real, you know? At the entrance, I put Freddy. And I will also put Chica, so they can welcome whoever is entering the pizzeria. And guys, now that I get it, Classic Chica is one of the scariest and most bizarre animatronics out there. My god, I'm going to put several evil animatronics around the map for them to chase people who don't want to enter the pizzeria. Okay, now that we've built Freddy Fazbear inside Brookhaven, we can finally log into regular Roblox to test out all the changes made to create Freddy Haven. I'm already in the Freddy Haven lobby, and as you can see, I'm dressed in William Afton to match our map, right? Starting with the lobby, as you can see, I put several morphs different from the ones I had already shown, which are much prettier, right? I want to start by testing the prettiest morphs, because I doubt they'll actually work. Let's test Bonnie first, who is one of the scariest animatronics. My god, I can't believe it actually worked, and the morphs are perfect. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm glad it worked because it's so cool. Okay, the next animatronic I'm going to test will be Foxy, and as you can see, it also works very well, besides running completely buggy, which makes Foxy the funniest animatronic so far. Big Freddy worked perfectly too. This is really awesome. Glad I found these morphs to put in this Brookhaven. Chica also worked perfectly, but she's still extremely ugly, so I'll change her right away. And the last morph left to show is Golden Freddy, right? Let's see if it will work. My god, bro, I'm completely bizarre. Shoot, I accidentally pushed the morph away. What's that animatronic that's walking? Wow, it's the Scrap Trap. He's on a casual stroll in Brookhaven looking for new victims. My god! Afton already claimed his first victim at Brookhaven. Poor kid. I think it's a good idea to run out of here before he can catch me too, right? Okay. Now we're going to explore the pizzeria, and for that, I'm going to use Foxy's morph, which is my favorite animatronic. I'm going to increase our speed a little, and now we're ready to enter Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. We are finally entering the pizzeria, and guys, this place is super cool. There are several little tables for us to sit at, and when you sit down, you get a little hat for your birthday. How cool! And in this place, we have several interesting things. One of them is this staff room, where they maintain the animatronic. This place is bizarre. On the other side, there are bathrooms. Is there something hidden in these bathrooms? In the men's bathroom, there's nothing different. In the women's bathroom, everything seems to be normal too. How far have we come? Am I really doing an FNAF restaurant bathroom review? Here is the pizzeria's very interesting kitchen. Since in FNAF 1 we can't see what the kitchen looks like since the kitchen camera is broken. This pizzeria even has an arcade. And here there are super cool things like a machine to collect stuffed animals, some FNAF character arcade, and a lucky roulette wheel for children. And for some reason, there's even a giant Mario. In the next room you can redeem rewards in exchange for tickets, I think, and there are lots of Five Nights at Freddy's plushies, like this fluffy Bonnie plush, very cute. And to finish this part, we also have Pirate Cove, which is where Foxy lives. I might even try to go in there to see how Foxy would look in that location. What? I hit my head on the wall. Will I not be able to pass? You, I got it. And look, Foxy inside his burrow was very cool. It really looks like we are in the real FNAF. The last thing in the pizzeria that remains to show you is the security room, which is where we stay to try to prevent the animatronics from being able to catch us. To get to this room, just follow this corridor, which has several posters of the pizzeria's main animatronic. And here we are, inside the security room, and this room is exactly the same as the one in the game. It has buttons to open and close the door, turn on and off light. It even has the decorations from the game, like the drawings and posters pasted on the walls. I'm going to go into this room now to test the door buttons, and guys, the buttons really work. Look at the doors closing. I can turn the lights on and off when I want to. This is really cool. This is the first time you are seeing an animatronic playing the role of a night guard in Five Nights at Freddy. I'm going to recreate the best scenes from the Five Nights at Freddy trailer here at Brookhaven. And to do that, you'll have to build a Freddy's Pizzeria, put decorations, animatronics, and everything else you need to make Brookhaven as close as possible to the FNAF trailer. So if you like Five Nights at Freddy's as much as I do, like this video and subscribe to the channel in less than 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's start the video. But so that we can recreate the Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria, I need to get some references here on my computer. So I'm going to come here on YouTube and search for Five Nights at Freddy's. And as you can see, the two options that appear to us are the trailer and the teaser. One of the most interesting scenes in this teaser is when Mike turns on all the lights in the restaurant and shows us what the new FNAF Pizzeria looks like. Luckily, I found the exact same restaurant here inside the Roblox studio, so I'm going to put it exactly where I left it empty on purpose for our pizzeria. Let's fix him here under the floor and put it right here where the parking lot is. Okay, apparently the restaurant is ready, but entering the restaurant you can see that there is nothing inside. So that means we're going to have to renovate this whole place to transform this empty pizzeria at that pizzeria in the trailer. The first change I'm going to make here in our restaurant will be the walls. As you can see, I even excluded the ceiling and some walls because the restaurant was too ugly. The wall we are going to use will be this one, which is exactly like the FNAF games and possibly the same as the restaurant in the trailer. Let's just increase this wall a little and put it exactly here. Okay? As you can see, she's the right size, but we need to make this wall bigger. But the problem is that if I increase the size of the wall, it gets all weird and bizarre. So I'll have to duplicate this wall and put its replicas side by side so we can have a cool wall. This here is actually quite fun and satisfying to do. The first wall is ready. Now it's just a matter of doing this with the other two walls. So I'm going to select this wall, duplicate it, and place it exactly in the places we need to modify. Now just erase this wall. And ready! Now this pizzeria is much more like Freddy's original pizzeria. Okay. Now it's time to lay the floor, and I'm going to use this checkerboard floor that I found here. The only problem is that this floor has the same problem as the walls. If we increase the size of the floor, it will be all stretched out. So we will have to duplicate the floor several times until we cover the entire pizzeria floor. Okay, now that this part of the floor is ready, we can select all the floors we used to be able to duplicate everything together and continue completing the pizzeria floor. We're going to repeat this procedure until the floor is perfect. After a long time building, this is how Freddy's Pizzeria turned out. Now going back to analyzing the trailer, we need to place several important things like tables and decorations, the iconic security room, and the ball pit that pays homage to a story from the FNAF book called Into the Pit. I'll start by building the stage, which I think is the easiest thing to do at the moment. I just need to increase the stage size a little bit because it's too small to fit animatronics. I'm also going to put these tables here that are exactly the same as the tables in the FNAF Pizzeria simulator. Let's just arrange the tables to be a nice size and closer to the stage, where most kids will probably want to be so they can see the animatronics up close. Now I put one more table here, and now we double the tables to have lots of places for lots of kids to have birthday parties, that sort of thing. This number of tables is enough. Okay, now I'm going to put the iconic security guard's room on, which is exactly the same. Look how cool this is. And we need to place the security room in a location that looks and feels like the original game. I'm going to place it exactly in this location. I'm going to increase the size of it a little and make a corridor on that side. And okay, this corridor here is already very similar to the corridor where Bonnie comes from. But it's only now that I realize that I need to put another tile on that side, so I'll have to move these tables from this place and put them closer to the stage, so as not to disturb us. Now let's place a corridor exactly in that location. Okay, now just put another wall on this side here. As you can see, I put here the 2 corridors equal to FNAF 1. On the left side comes Bonnie, and on the right side comes Chica. Now it's time to place our animatronics here in the restaurant. Let's put the animatronics exactly as it is in the games. Freddy in the middle, Bonnie on the left side of the stage, and Chica on the right side of the stage. Now we can increase the size of the 3 a little bit because they are much smaller than normal. And look, this scene was exactly like the games and the FNAF movie. In this room that was formed between the 2 corridors of the security room, I'm going to do the parts and service, which is where the broken parts of the animatronics are. I know these aren't exactly animatronic parts, but I think they will help decorate our room. I'm going to put a table here, exactly like the table in parts and services in the FNAF 1. And I'm going to put the animatronic heads right here. Slightly increase the size of these heads, and place stuffed animals scattered in various random spots in the room. I'm also going to put an animatronic endoskeleton here to serve as a spare part, you know? And I'm also going to put Freddy Fazbear and Spring Bonnie here, which already comes as a bonus with Willie and Afton inside the costume, holding a knife. Spring Bonnie is staying here, and you'll understand why. I'm going to put one of Willie and Afton's victims here. Exactly. A little kid all doused in ketchup, if you know what I mean. And as you already know, parts and services are hidden places. That's why I put this wall here, and I need to make some adjustments to make this wall as natural as possible. Look, it is very difficult to know that there is a room behind this wall. Shoot! I forgot to put the child spirit here inside the room, because as you may know, William Afton does not forgive his victims. Of course, I can't forget about the pirate cove, and I'm going to put it exactly there. Yes, I know that it would be more faithful if I put the pirate cove in this place, but I prefer to put it on the right side because there is more space, so it will be cooler. And look, in the pirate cove we already have Foxy in here, which makes our life easier in terms of not having to look for another animatronic to put in the pizzeria. To help the decoration, I'm going to put some neon lights that were common decorations in the 80s. I'm going to put a little plaque here on top of the stage to indicate that the animatronic show has already started. I'm also going to put some posters around these walls just like in the original game. I'm also going to put the posters of the characters spread all over this wall. And now the only thing that really remains for us to build is the roof. So I'm going to use that piece of floor to build a roof for our restaurant. Let's reduce the size of this block a little, flatten it, and now just move this piece over our restaurant. Shoot! It was missing to put a roof on these 2 pieces. We're going to have to make some custom pieces of ceiling to make our fine restaurant perfect. Now we're going to do this scene from into to the pit, so we need a ball pit. I'm going to put the girl and the ball pit right here. Now we rotate this from here and put them both exactly in this corner because that's the only place we have to put a ball pit. Let's reduce the size of the 2 a little, and now I need to put this girl in the pool. I'll just leave her head sticking out so it looks like she's diving between the balls. Now I'm going to put this Bonnie exactly in this place, since he already has an eye similar to the one in the movie, right? I'm going to increase its size just a little bit, and that's it. This scene was exactly the same as the trailer. Another cool scene that we can try to recreate is precisely the one where Freddy is inside the taxi. And to recreate this scene, we need to place a taxi similar to the one that appeared in the trailer. Let's increase the size of it a little since Freddy needs a bigger car so he can enter. Let's position Freddy here inside this car. I just need to fix the position of our animatronic. I'm going to use the same girl here that we used in the ball pit. I'm going to put the girl next to Freddy in the taxi. Now I'll put the taxi driver, and since I didn't find anyone who looked like the man in the trailer, I'm going to put him here inside the car. The taxi scene is ready, and now I'm going to put Brookhaven in the 6 p.m. time slot so the sky gets all darker and scarier. Okay, as you can see, I'm already here inside Brookhaven so we can test out our new 5 nights at Freddy's restaurant. Okay, I can already see that something is not working as it should. The Bonnie that we put to attack the girl in the ball pool is trying to catch us at any cost. Is there any way I can get into the restaurant without getting caught by Bonnie? No, I really will have to take severe measures. Okay, I banned Bonnie completely from our map so that we can explore the pizzeria without any problems. Okay, As you can see, this one is to represent the scene from Into the Pit, where the girl is hiding from the animatronics, and I think that considering how crazy Bonnie was, I think this scene was very faithful. Another thing that really turned out really cool was the decoration of the pizzeria, which honestly turned out much better than I imagined. As you can see, Freddy, Bonnie, and Chico were perfect on this stage, and I hope they don't attack us now, because if I'm not mistaken, they already have children's spirits inside them, so we better watch out for them. On that side is Pirate Cove, which is where Foxy is. Can I get in here? Oh, unfortunately, I can't, but at least it turned out really cool. The Foxy that's in here is the same as the one in FNAF 1. He has all deteriorated and with hardware and wires coming out of his carcass. Very cool! Another thing that I thought was really cool here was the overall decor of our restaurant. As you can see, the posters match this location a lot. Even the neon lights were cool here. I also put some machines here for the kids to play with, like those to catch stuffed animals, which are really cool but very difficult to get a prize. On the side of the stage, I put 2 arcades, one from Freddy's arcade and one from Foxy, in addition to this neon flower, just so the wall wouldn't be empty. On the other side, I also put Bonnie's arcade, which I had forgotten to show you. And look, this arcade is much bigger than the others. I can almost get inside the screen. Wait, what? There are hands through the parts and services wall. I think this is not normal. With our drone, I can come in here and see that William Afton is crazy behind me. He really wants to get out of this little room to get me, but luckily he is not able to. Wow! Afton destroying Freddy Bear. This guy is pretty crazy. I think it's better to get away from him. Maybe he can escape here for some reason. Right? Okay, I came here to the security room because I want to see if the door and light buttons really work. And as you can see, the security room is exactly the same as the FNAF 1, with everything extremely faithful, and even with door and light buttons. Let's see if it works. Okay, the function shouldn't exactly be the right word, seeing as the door closes halfway. And if I can pass under the door smoothly, surely other people and animatronics will be able to do the same. At least the light button works the way it should, so this room isn't that bad, is it? Leaving the pizzeria, you can see the taxi that we put in to represent that funny scene from the FNAF trailer. But as you can see, something terrible has happened here. All that's left is the head of the little girl we put here. What did you do, Freddy? You are crazy? But ignoring the fact that it's a macabre and haunted place, I quite like the end result. It was very similar to the pizzerias in the games and the one in the movie as well. Man, today is tough. I haven't found any interesting topic to make a video about, but I'll keep searching because I feel like something cool will come up soon. Oh, it seems like someone's knocking on my door.
Excuse me, are you Andshot?
Yeah, that's me. And who are you?
I'm Freddy, the lawyer, and you're being sued.
Ha, but how am I being sued? What did I do?
Actually, it's about what you didn't do. You signed this contract, Freddy lawyer, and here it says you were supposed to make a 5 nights at Freddy's in Brookhaven by today.
Wow, Fredo, I completely forgot about that.
You have 24 hours to make this video, and you know very well what will happen if you don't deliver this video to me.
Yeah, of course, Fredo. I'll do it right away.
It's a deal then.
Well, I know this seems bad, but I know it could be much worse.
Oh, I overheard the whole conversation. And you also need to make a Poppy Playtime Brookhaven. Otherwise, you know what will happen too, right?
I really need to start locking this door. But until these two showed up, they gave me a good idea.
In this video, I'll create the 5 nights at Freddy's Brookhaven.
And I'll create the Poppy Playtime Brookhaven.
In my Brookhaven, it'll have the scariest animatronics.
And in my Brookhaven, it'll have the most cursed toys.
And our goal is to create the most powerful Brookhaven to defeat the other side. If you enjoy FNAF, giving a like will strengthen Freddy.
And if you like Poppy Playtime, commenting strengthens Catnap.
Okay, to start making our Brookhavens, I divided the Brookhaven into 2 with this barrier here. On this side of the barrier, we'll make the Poppy Playtime Brookhaven. And on this side here, we'll make the 5 nights at Freddy's Brookhaven. And to start editing the map for real, we'll have to come here to the search bar and search for FNAF. This way, several interesting items will appear here for us to use in Roblox Studio. But let's start with something simple, which is the FNAF floor. This checkered floor is in all FNAF pizzerias that appeared in all the games so far. That's why I think it's fair to put it here in our lobby to represent the FNAF lobby. Let's remove all these little pots from here too, because I'm going to put other decorations in place. And even the Brookhaven fountain won't stay here because I have a better idea to put here in the middle. Let's just try this little water that's here in the middle. And this is proving to be more difficult than I thought. And let's place this Freddy statue right here in the middle. Let's just make a few small adjustments to make it a little prettier. And done! It actually turned out quite beautiful. Next to Freddy's statue, I'm going to put some of these party tables that are very common in FNAF games. And since Freddy's Pizzeria is very famous, we'll have to put several tables here because there will be several customers wanting to enter Freddy's. Let's duplicate these 3 tables and place them on the other side too, to have even more places. And I believe this quantity is more than enough to serve all the customers. And like every FNAF pizzeria, I'll put the stage for the animatronics performance here. Let's just increase the size of this a little and fit it better here on the floor to make it look more natural. Well, as you can see, the stage was a bit crooked, but I'll fix that by basically deleting the Brookhaven subway, because now I can move this tree more to the side, and now our lobby looks much prettier. Okay, and now how about we mess around with the Poppy Playtime Brookhaven a bit? To be fair, I'll turn the Brookhaven daycare into the Poppy Playtime lobby. The first thing I'm going to do here is to put the Poppy Playtime factory floor. Let's just fit it here on all this terrain, and it actually matched quite well with the Brookhaven daycare. The next thing I'll put here will be the 𝐂𝐥𝐤𝐤 statue, because it will look just like that entrance of the Poppy Playtime factory too. Let's just adjust 𝐂𝐥𝐤𝐤 here nicely and decrease its size a bit to fit better in this location. Okay, to make our Brookhaven a bit scarier, I'll put a knife in 𝐂𝐥𝐤𝐤's hand here. Let's just adjust the knife in his hand this nice way and done. Nothing wrong is happening here. Well, I also found this bunch of colorful stuff that's in the Poppy Playtime factory. Look, there's even a weight here from the factory, see? And I'll put this thing exactly behind the daycare, like this. Obviously, I'll increase the size of this a lot to make it look nicer. And now I'll fit it inside the daycare to really make it look like a part of the factory. Well, for now, the Poppy Playtime Brookhaven looks like this. Alright, back to the FNAF Brookhaven. I'm going to come here on stage and set up the animatronics for the show. Of course, the first one will be Freddy since he's the main one, and I'll just position him facing forward so he can perform the show properly, right? Well, I don't know why this Freddy has this missing eye here, but oh well, it'll have to stay like that. I'll place Bonnie here on the left side of Freddy. If I remember correctly, that's where he usually stays. And now we just have to turn him forward like this to make it look nice. Well, the last animatronic missing is 𝐂𝐥𝐤, so let's put her right here. Turn her forward and place her a bit further ahead along with the cursed cupcake. In the middle of the tables, I'll place the puppet because she serves as a sort of guardian to protect the children. Let's just rotate her a bit so she doesn't look like she's falling, right? Because she looked a bit odd that way. So, the puppet will now be right here. I'll also add some decorations here like these posters, for example. So, I'll put these colorful flags that will go between the tree and the stage. And of course, we can't forget about FNAF plushies, since they're the cutest things in the restaurants. I'll scatter them around the tables as if they were prizes or gifts from the kids celebrating their birthdays here in our pizzeria. Actually, I'll put a claw machine right here so the kids can try to grab a prize. But honestly, this is just for us to make some easy money. Oh, and of course, I'll also place 𝐂𝐤𝐤 here in our restaurant, but he'll be a bit more hidden right here. Let's just turn him like this, as if he's waiting for some kid to show up here. And look, it really seems like 𝐂𝐤𝐤 is waiting for someone to show up there for him to attack. And of course, like any good restaurant, our pizzeria also has a sign, which for some reason is facing the wrong way. And the sign for our Brookhaven Pizzeria will be right here. Let's just adjust it to make it look nicer. And now the FNAF Brookhaven is already looking much nicer. Now, here in the Poppy Playtime Brookhaven, I'll turn the streets into large factory conveyor belts. So with these 2 conveyors positioned here, I'll duplicate them so we have a nice path made only of conveyors that no normal factory would have. And now I'll remove these road markings that are here on the ground. And on top of these conveyors, I'll place that centipede dog facing this way. Let's just shrink its size a bit because it's too big. And let's place it on the ground like this, since I believe centipede dogs don't fly. And to make this place a little more ominous, I'll put some new bodies here since there's a giant dog here that I doubt hasn't attacked anyone by now. And there we go. I think this part of the conveyor is already quite spooky. Well, since I've placed factory conveyors on this street, on this other street that's missing, I'll put nothing less than a train. But in order for us to put a train here, I'll have to basically place these train tracks here for the train to run on. So let's just tidy up a bit here. And now we just have to duplicate the track so we can place it wherever we need to. And the train that will be here is the Poppy Playtime train, which is all colorful here just like the factory. So let's rotate it to make it straight here and also increase its size a bit so it fits on these tracks. And well, now the Poppy Playtime Brookhaven is already looking much nicer. Alright, before we go back to adding things to the Freddy map, first we have to edit this sky, because both Poppy Playtime and Five Nights at Freddy's are horror games. So I think it's fair to put a night sky to make this place even scarier. Okay, now it's time to delete this old restaurant from Brookhaven and put a new restaurant here. Let's just clear up this terrain a lot here because I need a really big space for us to be able to place a new Freddy's Pizzeria. Let's delete the sign here too. All these little hotels here, and even the Brookhaven airport will be deleted. And now in this space, I'll place this pizzeria here. And by turning the pizzeria forward, you can see on the sign that this is Freddy's first pizzeria. Let's just straighten it here because it's a bit crooked and fitted nicely on the ground. And okay, so the pizzeria didn't fit exactly inside the terrain, but I don't think it's a problem because besides this pizzeria being very nice on the outside, it's also decorated inside, exactly like the Zoom's Freddy's Pizzeria. And to welcome this pizzeria, I'll place Monty here, which is this big evil crocodile here. And along with him, I'll place Foxy here since I didn't put him out in our square. And of course, inside the pizzeria, I'll also put some more animatronics on this stage. And I chose to put the toy animatronics here from FNAF 2 since I haven't put them anywhere yet. Now I'll place Chica here on this side and now Toy Bonnie right here. And it's cool that he even comes with this guitar, so he's ready for the stage. Since there's still plenty of space inside here, I'll also put some other animatronics that only appear later, such as Vanny, who for some reason is quite tall here. So I'll shrink her size a bit here, and she'll be more hidden here waiting for some victim to appear. And well, inside the arcade, I'll place Sundrop, since theoretically he's supposed to take care of the kids, so it's a good place for him to be. And here, I didn't understand Foxy, but since he's already outside, I'll put Golden Freddy here inside. And, okay, he's a bit crooked, but we'll just straighten him like this and place him exactly here behind the curtains. Also, with these last changes we made here, I believe the FNAF Brookhaven should be almost ready. The only thing missing is to place a big Freddy statue here to show that this side is Freddy's side. So I'll just adjust this statue here into the ground like this and increase it a bit more just so the head is much bigger. This way, this side of the Brookhaven is definitely Freddy's side. And here on the Poppy Playtime side, I'll also place a big creature, which in this case will be that dinosaur that appears in the first chapter, but it will be extremely larger than this. Just a little more, just a little more, and there we go. Now with the dinosaur this size, we can place it inside our mountain just like Freddy is. But in front of Freddy, this dinosaur is kind of alive and walking behind the mountain. And here we also have this bunny that we can place right here on the corner to make it look really cute. Oh, and remember that if you like FNAF, you have to like the video. And if you like Poppy Playtime, you have to comment on the video. Now let's test to see how our Brookhaven turned out. And well guys, I'm already here inside our Five Nights at Freddy's Brookhaven, and as you can see, basically I made some changes here that I'll show you now. To start, I've dirted the floor here with ketchup, if you know what I mean. I also placed some police bodies here, because our restaurant is right next to the police, and unfortunately these guys came to investigate and ended up having a pretty cruel fate. There are some more here. There's even a police officer flying for some reason. Man, this is not normal, dude. And there's even a bald guy here splattering a little bit of blood on my face. Disgusting. But aside from the gruesome stuff and the tables breaking, everything else is fine. Bro, everything's falling apart here. What's going on? Man, crossing the street here, we also have another Freddy's Pizzeria. Here we have the warm reception here from our friend Monty Gremory and also Foxy. And hey, Foxy! Dang, I got hit! Look at this scoundrel! I forgot that these animatronics are haunted, so it's best not to get too close to them. Well, let me just pass through between the two of them. And now, okay, I managed to get into our restaurant. And as you can see, we have here now a completely broken Roxanne that we also won't get too close to, because she can hit us, right? But as you can see, the other animatronics we placed here are working just fine, right? Oh, man, it hit me too, man. But as I was saying, the animatronics here are also working just fine. They're here ready to do their little show. And coming here to the arcade side, you can see that there's a Sundrop here and he's moving. Look how cool. He's trying to hit me here. Scoundrel. But I'll stay away because I've learned my lesson. Oh, and of course, coming here to the back, we also have Golden Freddy and the crying child. Right, who I think doesn't attack me. Yeah, for now, she doesn't attack me yet. And by the way, in this place here, I also put Shadow Freddy. Right, which is this ghost thing here. And of course, Fanny is also here, but I'll stay away from her too since she has a pretty dangerous knife. Oh, and taking advantage, coming here to the back, you can see that here we have the security room exactly like in FNAF 1. And I'm almost sure these buttons work. Let me see here. I'll press this one. The door falling. How cool. It really works. It takes quite a while to close, but at least it works. I'll close the other door here too. Very cool, man. And there are also these lights. See, here turns on the left light and here turns on the right light. Very cool. And thank goodness we have this place to lock ourselves because there are a lot of animatronics out there and they're trying to get us at all costs. And well, here in Poppy Playtime we're a little safer since there aren't so many creatures here, but we still have to be careful with some, like this dog, because you can see here, he was eating people's heads. There are 3 new bodies here. We also have this guy here, who's kind of bizarre. Like, he's a really cute bunny, but he has these big teeth here. See? He has a lot of sharp teeth, and I'm afraid of this bunny here to be honest. Maybe he's the one who ripped off this noob's head here. Besides that, we also have 𝐂𝐥𝐤𝐤 here holding the knife. So since he's already dangerous normally, imagine with this knife in his hand. Man, so I can even press his button here, but unfortunately nothing's happening. So that's it. At least he's just standing there, quietly looking in his corner. And the other interesting thing we put here was basically this big train, right, which ended up being much bigger than normal. Look at this lever size compared to me. Man, I think I made it too big, but at least it looks really cool too. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to transform into animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's. Specifically, the animatronics that will appear in the movie. I'm also going to show you all the powers that these animatronics have inside Brookhaven. So, if you really like FNAF, like this video and subscribe to the channel in less than 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go to the video. And for us to unlock these animatronic skins, we need to fulfill some tasks first. Our first mission is basically to steal 3 safes from different houses here in Brookhaven. But not to be that simple, I have to rob these houses using Brookhaven's new jet, which is in this military base. Okay. And to be able to drive the jet, we'll need to go to the garage on this military base. And to enter here, we are going to use this button here to open the gate. And now we are going to point this button so that the garage closes and nobody invades our house. Okay? And now we head towards the military base garage, which is underground. And so that we can drive the jet, we need to go to this weird place here, where there is this floor glowing red, and press this button here that says jet. And now that we've spawned our jet here, we're going to be able to drive it, right? Okay. Now let's take off with our jet to head towards the first house we're going to rob. Look, I found this house that seems to be an easy house to rob since we can land the jet in the backyard. I need to go as slowly as possible so that I can land perfectly in this small yard. Alright, we're almost done. It's not long before we land and manage to steal the safe in this house. I think I've done it. Looks like we can finally start our mission to rob the vaults. But first of all, I need to get some things here in my inventory to be able to break into the house and blow up the safe. And now we need to break into this house as quickly as possible because I'm sure a jet landed in the backyard of a house has caught everyone's attention in Brookhaven. I'm going to use the bed bug on that door. Let's lie in bed and break into this house like a great spy. Now I need to find the safe in this house. Maybe it's on that side of the house? That's right. Here's the safe. Now just place the explosive here. Kaboom! Alright. Now just take all the money from that vault and run as fast as possible, because I don't want to be banned. And now I need to get on our jet and fly out of here. My God, there's someone here. I have to run away now. Otherwise I'll be banned. My God, go, go, go! We did it. We stole the first safe and we weren't banned. Okay. Now we need to find our next victim, and I'm specifically looking for vulnerable and easy to rob houses. How about this farm? I think it will be easy to rob this place. The only problem is that there are a lot of players in front of this house, and I'm pretty sure they can see this giant jet approaching. Is it safe for me to get off the jet at this distance without hurting me or him exploding? It's okay for me to test it. I jumped. My God, my jet went underground. How is that possible? And look, I think they saw us coming in here. There's a farmer with a shotgun over there. I have to watch out for him. I think he's gone. I'm going to take advantage of this security breach to steal this house's safe. And for us to have access to this vault, we need a shovel, because this vault is underground. And now we need to dig more or less in this location until we find the right location that will teleport us. Wow! Looks like I found it. Okay. Now we just put the bomb here. What? Why did my pump go that way? Now just place the bomb here and blow up this safe completely. Thanks for the money. And now we just use the shovel to get out of here the same way we got in. Why is it so hard to find the right place to dig? Digging. Alright, I got out and now it's just a matter of running out of this house to not get banned. And with that safe, I was able to steal 2 of the 3 safes in the quest. Okay, and to rob the last safe, I'm going to rob Brookhaven's new gamer house. And since I'm in a hurry to see the skins we're going to unlock with this mission, I'm going to break into this house as fast as I can. Wait, what? My jet just disappeared? Okay, this is the time when I run as fast as possible so I don't get banned. And guys, the safe in this house, for those of you who still don't know, is right here inside this wall. It's super easy to find and even easier to blow up. And now that I've stolen this house's safe, I can get out of here through the crack in the door. That's how I actually got it. And head towards our house. Because with this safe, we completed the mission and unlocked some FNAF animatronic skins. Okay, so the skins look better. I'm going to use this different avatar. This avatar is taller and already has elderly animations. But if you don't want to change your avatar, the IDs I'll show you work on any avatar. Okay? Now I'm going to show you the IDs of the skins, and to use these IDs, just put the codes in this place, okay? And to start the first skin, I'm going to use this ID that's on the screen, and our first skin is going to be Golden Freddy. This skin is luckily simple to use, as it only has 3 IDs, and all of them I'm showing you now. Now just missing the last ID, which is the legs. And ready! And look! This is the Golden Freddy skin here at Brookhaven. This skin was the same as the original animatronic and also very scary. Okay, and besides Golden Freddy, I have to show you the skin IDs of normal Freddy. First, we put the ID of Freddy's head. Now let's put the top part, which would be the shirt. And now Freddy's pants. To complete this skin. In addition to the IDs, I will also change the skin color to match the color of our animatronic. I think this color here is good. And look, Freddy's skin was amazing too. Super similar to Freddy from games and movies. But I think I prefer to use the Golden Freddy skin, and you'll understand why. It's not news to anyone that Golden Freddy is one of the most powerful animatronics in the history of FNAF. And here at Brookhaven, it would be no different. Golden Freddy's powers in Brookhaven are one of the strongest I've ever seen. Basically, Golden Freddy has the power of teleportation, which allows me to go anywhere I want in the blink of an eye. If I want, I can teleport to the other side of the Brookhaven easily, which makes this power amazing. And now our mission will be to test Golden Freddy's powers and see what he's really capable of. Okay, we know that Golden Freddy can teleport, but can he teleport objects too? I'll start by testing it with a skateboard. It's small and should be easy to teleport, right? Yes, as I thought. The skateboard teleported along with Golden Freddy. It's time to make things a little more difficult. Now let's test teleport together with a horse. I think it will be more difficult to work since the horse is a living being, but we'll only find out if we test it. Right? Let's try to teleport there. Okay, apparently it worked. The horse seems to be fine, and we can teleport to different locations in Brookhaven. So I guess the horse is still not a challenge for Golden Freddy. Another cool test we can do is with Brookhaven's new jet. And this is going to be an unprecedented test, because I'm pretty sure nobody has ever tried to teleport a jet. Right? Wait, what? It looks like the horse got completely bugged when I entered this arena of lights. He's walking weirdly like he's going to fall sideways. Okay, I think we can ignore this horse problem and do the Brookhaven jet test. Shoot! Why is my jet floating? This shouldn't happen. Right? Bro! The jet just floated off into infinity. I'll even check to see if someone's driving the jet, but apparently, it's just floating by itself. What? Now the jet just crashed. How did that happen? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to complain. At least now that the jet is on the ground, we can do some tests. Will I be able to drive the jet while I'm on top of the horse? That would be funny. Apparently, I'm being ejected from the jet when I tried to get in with the horse. That's a shame. I wanted to drive a horse and a jet at the same time. Okay, I'm here inside the jet now, so we can test if it's possible to teleport a vehicle that's sized with Golden Freddy's powers. I'm going to try to teleport to that other side of the map. Let's see if it works. Wow! Looks like not only did it not work, but I also completely destroyed my jet. I really thought that we would be able to teleport with the jet since Golden Freddy is super powerful. But it seems that even he has his limits. Right? One thing that's been bothering me for a while is this helicopter. It seems like it's been following me since I started testing Golden Freddy's powers. What is shoot? He's literally chasing me. He's even landing right here next to me. Wait, what? Was it Tails that got out of that helicopter? Even Knuckles is here. Why is there Sonic's whole crew here? Is Sonic flying that helicopter? Doesn't Tails normally do this sort of thing? Wait, Sonic, why are you running away from me? Come back here! Sonic running away with the helicopter gave us a good opportunity to test Golden Freddy's powers. Will I be able to reach this helicopter with Golden Freddy's teleport? Come on! I teleported to the helicopter, but now I'm falling. I need to teleport again so I don't get hurt. Shoot! It looks like I teleported a long way away this time, and falling from this height is sure to hurt me a lot. Oh no! I think I'm going to fall into the void. Okay, all tests with Golden Freddy's teleport have been completed. And with that, we've released a new animatronic. And to use the skin of this animatronic, I will use this modified avatar. And to make this avatar, I use these items. But if you don't want to, it's not necessary to modify your avatar to use the skin. And the animatronic this time will be Foxy, the great pirate fox from Five Nights at Freddy's. Now the top part of the skin. And for you who are going to use the normal Roblox avatar, that last ID is for the pants. Okay, that's how Foxy's skin turned out. And as you can imagine, Foxy's power is basically the super. Shoot! These guys messed me up in the presentation of power. As I was saying, Foxy's power is super speed. And yes, I know Foxy walks funnily, and the faster he walks, the weirder it gets, right? In addition to Foxy running super fast, he has several different levels of speed. I can run twice as fast as normal, which basically makes me faster than Brookhaven's cars. I can also run at level 3 speed, which is obviously faster than level 2 speed. And I can also appeal and use Foxy's maximum speed, which is level 10 speed. And at that speed, I can literally cross the Brookhaven map in seconds. I run so fast. And now that you know Foxy's power, we can test these powers and see what their limits are. For starters, I'm going to see what happens if we run towards this mountain and use it as a ramp. Let's go because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Run! 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 Shoot! I tripped. It wasn't supposed to happen. Let's try one more time. My God, what's going on? I'm spinning too much. Oh no! I'm going to fall into the void. Help! Okay, I didn't want to have to do this, but to be honest, Foxy has one more secret speed level. Speed times 100, which is the maximum speed Foxy can run. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Let's run to the end of the Brookhaven map to see. Wait a minute, this is definitely not what I was expecting. Look, the Brookhaven map is getting farther and farther away. Does that mean that somehow I'm still going up? When will I really start going down? Okay, apparently we're falling. And by my calculations, this is going to hurt like hell. Finally, I'm falling and it looks like I'm going to fall directly into the void. Because whenever I use my powers, I end up falling out of Brookhaven. I'm very unlucky. Even though it was difficult to control, this was definitely one of the best powers so far. Okay, and to make the next animatronic, I'm going to use this armless avatar to be more faithful to the original animatronic. I'm already going to give a spoiler about this skin because I need to explain a little something about it. This skin is going to be the Bonnie skin, and I would have liked to have made the Bonnie skin from FNAF 1, but unfortunately, Roblox banned all items from the original Bonnie, so I was forced to create the withered Bonnie skin. But I'm sure you also like this Bonnie who appears in the FNAF 2, right? Okay. That's how Bonnie's skin turned out, and his power is a little different. As you know, Withered Bonnie is all broken and disassembled. That's why he gets angry at things that are perfect or fixed. Therefore, his power is basically to destroy anything. He has the power to destroy houses, cars, motorcycles, and even people. I'm going to destroy this dude's head to see what happens to him. Bro, look at this guy. He's acting kinda weird right now, isn't he? I don't think it's normal for a person to squirm like that in Brookhaven. I'm destroying everything I see in front of me, even Knuckles' hair, leaving him completely bald. Haha, how funny! As you can see, some strange things are happening here, including a guy trying to shoot me. It even looks like he has a chance against Withered Bonnie. I hadn't realized it yet, but I accidentally made a gigantic hole in the middle of Brookhaven City. I didn't mean to. But it's nice to know that I'm strong enough to completely destroy the Brookhaven. And Bonnie's mission to unlock more animatronics is to destroy Brookhaven's 3 safes. And I'm going to start with this house. which is Brookhaven's new house. AF, this guy trashed their own house just so I couldn't break in and destroy the vault. This guy is a chicken. Luckily, there's another house up ahead, and I'm already going to break in the door, because if I have the power to break structures, why would I want to use doors? Right? What? Why can't I climb the stairs in this house? It's like an illusory hologram to fool intruders. But that's okay, because I have my ways of overcoming these difficulties. It's been a while since I entered this house, but if I'm not mistaken, the safe in this house is in the last room, more specifically in the bathroom of this suite. Haha. The owner of the house left the safe open for no one to steal. Unfortunately for him, I'm not going to steal it. I'm going to destroy the safe completely. Bonnie doesn't need money, just destruction. Amidst the destruction of the first vault, I ended up destroying a good part of the house together. Besides making the money in the vault float, after seeing so many bizarre things, I think I can ignore this problem. Okay, I still have to destroy 2 safes from 2 different Brookhaven houses. That's why I'm going to enter one of those houses now. Bro, look at this gamer house. It's Brookhaven's new house that I already robbed the safe in this video, and now I have the chance to break it completely using Bonnie's powers. I don't even need to go into the hallway where the safe is hidden. I'm going to destroy everything around it to tear this house completely to pieces. Let's destroy the second safe and accidentally fall into the void again. As you can see, I just found these other 2 houses that I haven't robbed or cracked the safe yet. And since I just entered the gamer house, there is only this house left to destroy the safe. The last 2 houses left in this 2 were exactly, but for me to get access to this house, I need to go over this little bridge, because some idiot destroyed the Brookhaven completely, leaving the roads all broken. Who did this? Shoot! Apparently, the owner of the house is inside the house. I will have to be quick not to be banned this time. But before that, I need to do something important. I'm going to destroy this cameraman's camera because Withered Bonnie is on the Skibbity Toilet team. Okay, now we're ready to break into this house. We have to be super fast so that Tails doesn't banish us from his house. And we managed to destroy the last safe in the mission. Okay, I finally made it this far. Now just destroy this safe completely to complete Bonnie's mission and unlock more animatronics from the 5 Nights at Freddy's movie. With the 3 safes broken along with half of the Brookhaven, we unlock 2 skins. The first skin unlocked is the Chica skin. And for her skin to fit better, I'm going to use this different avatar. And here in the ID panel, we are going to put these 3 IDs that are on the screen, which are respectively head, top, and bottom of the Chica. I know it's another super simple skin, but it looks a lot like the animatronics from the games and the movie, doesn't it? And the other animatronic that we unlocked is one that I don't know if it will appear in the movie, but I think it's funny, which is the Balloon Boy. The Balloon Boy items are also very simple, but these IDs will make the Balloon Boy skin one of the most faithful to the game and FNAF movie, in addition to making him completely scary. And guys, this is the Balloon Boy skin, maybe one of the coolest ones we made in this video. It turned out amazing! Bro, you must have noticed that unfortunately, our Balloon Boy doesn't have any balloons, right? But that won't stop the Balloon Boy from using his powers, which are nothing more than the power of fluctuation. The Balloon Boy is the only animatronic that can fly in Brookhaven, and that is certainly a super useful power because with this animatronic I can invade Brookhaven houses, both above and below. Okay, one thing I want to do right now is throw someone into the Brookhaven void, and to do that I'm going to try to grab someone over my shoulder, go to the edge of the Brookhaven, and throw them there. I'm going to try this girl here first. She's already on my shoulders, so maybe it'll be easier to get her there. I hope she doesn't realize my intentions before I drop her into the void. Oh no! She jumped! Come back here, girl. I won't throw you in the void. I promise. Shoot! Our first victim was very smart, so I'm going to try to get this Tails to the edge of the Brookhaven to knock him off the map. I hope this time the player doesn't realize that I'm going to throw him in the void. I really want to troll someone doing that. Okay, I'm not buying it, but he's still on our shoulders. Be quiet there, Tails. We're almost at the end of the Brookhaven map. Very little left to arrive. That! Now yes, Tails. Suffer an infinite fall into Brookhaven void. Ha ha ha! And guys, unfortunately, this video is over, but there's another super amazing video like this one on the screen for you to watch. Thank you so much to everyone who watched the video until the end, and until the next video. Bye!